Hello, and welcome to my speech for Persuasive. This is on juvenile delinquents being sentenced to boot camp. Now, let me take a minute and explain about the whole delinquents into boot camp and whatnot. Um, I'm a firm believer in second chances, and that's what I believe that boot camp provides for teenagers between the ages of 12 and 17. Statistics shows that it's actually 12 to 18, but 18 in the United States, you're considered an adult. So, children being in trouble or parents that just can't seem to get a hold of their children and make it worthwhile, we have options, especially when we try to come up with solutions on our own and we can't seem to figure them out or they just don't work. We have outside sources, boot camps, wilderness programs. As far as boot camps go, I believe they are way, way better than being locked in the jail cell, not having any kind of freedom, only having maybe 1 to 2 hours at a time doing any kind of rec, um, possibly having a roommate where there could be conflict of interest or become victimized or fighting, whatever the case may be. So boot camp pretty much does away with that. These kids are pretty much based in a military environment, and they are pretty much taught and reformed to show adults and staff respect. They learn to do new skills. Um, they have academics, they have recreational events. They have a lot more freedom than they would being in a jail cell. Now, the pros and cons about this would be, first of all, the pros. Boot camps atmospheres conduct positive growth and changes. Now, they have, they're, well, like I said earlier, they're less likely to have fights and being victimized by other inmates or teenagers, so to speak. Um, it also teaches them camaraderie and fosters respect for staff, which I'm pretty sure I said that earlier. The cons about it is pretty much the boot camp critics says that the camp's confrontational environment is a direct opposition for the type of interpersonal relationships and supportive atmosphere that are needed for youth's positive developments. In other words, the structures of the hardships of disciplinary actions they feel is demeaning. Well, I beg to differ, considering the fact that I've been in a military installation before being military. Um, it pretty much changed my train of thought and everything else. Plus, it taught me a lot of discipline. Uh, with that being said, one of our biggest idols, a lot of people look up to this person, and we don't know it, but Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was one of those teenagers who got in trouble. And he is actually now, we all know, a famous movie star, professional wrestler, and he's doing a HBO series called Rock in a Hard Place. And pretty much what it is it's he's showing these peers that have been convicted of felonies, and he's giving them that second opportunity to be able to change their their life, pretty much to give them a second chance. Even though kids mess up, they shouldn't pay the price by sitting in a cell and pretty much rotting away in prison. They should be able to have the opportunity to give a second chance, as of The Rock did. He got that second chance, and look what he's doing. He's taking his personal experiences, he's passing them on, and he's hopefully trying to make a change in our kids today, since our kids will be our future. And I can, he's got my full support on it. The only thing is if the teenagers that are facing these felony charges, if they do not pass the program or behave appropriately, they will go back to the court and they will be sentenced to prison. And pretty much that's my biggest deal as far as this goes, to persuade people, is we have a peer out there that everybody is very well aware of and a lot of people look up to. So pretty much my closing statement on this is what I have disclosed in the speech is that giving our troubled teens a second chance at life instead of just imprisoning them gives them the opportunity to change themselves for the better. If they choose to want to be able to change, then they get that second chance. We all know that we can't save all of our children, but the great side of boot camps is that they are well protected, get more attention to correct, and learn new skills. And given the chance from what they've learned being in a boot camp, they can pass on to another child when they get into their adulthood. So, what do y'all say? Should we give them a second chance?